WWE x AAA Explained, the crossover you weren't ready for. Yeah, that actually happened. WWE just teamed up with Mexico's wildest wrestling promotion. No build-up, no warning, just absolute lucha chaos. Over 760,000 people watched it live on YouTube. Chad Gable delivered a 5-star classic. So what is AAA? Why is WWE working with them? And is this the future of wrestling? Let's break it down. So let's answer the obvious question. What the hell is AAA? Officially, it's Lucha Libre AAA Worldwide. Unofficially, it's Mexico's most chaotic, mask-wearing, table-breaking wrestling federation. AAA was founded in 1992 by Antonio Peña, a former CMLL booker. That's Mexico's oldest, most traditional wrestling company, who thought, hey, what if wrestling was faster, flashier, and 1,000% more unhinged? He broke away from the old-school style and built a promotion around speed, spectacle, and family legacies, where the masks matter more than the merch. AAA is where Rey Mysterio, Pentagon Jr., and El Hijo del Vikingo first made names for themselves. It's where Psycho Clown became a national menace. Their matches are insane, their characters are operatic, their storytelling, Shakespeare on cocaine, and now they're in the WWE ring, which means one of two things. Either WWE wants to conquer Mexico, or they've completely lost control of their multiverse. So why did WWE suddenly partner with AAA, a promotion that once featured a literal clown driving an ambulance through a flaming table? Simple, Mexico. WWE has tried for years to break deeper into Latin America, and while they've flirted with the region before, AAA is the key to actually getting the ring over the border. You see, Mexico isn't just a wrestling market, it's wrestling religion. Fans don't cheer for superstars, they worship masked legacies. And WWE, for all its global clout, has never truly cracked the Mexican soul the way AAA has. So what do you do when your billion-dollar brand can't beat the local hero? You don't fight them, you buy dinner and shake hands. Oh, and one more thing. This wasn't just a crossover. WWE signed a letter of intent to acquire AAA. They'll clearly stop at nothing to dominate each and every market they can. This isn't just a handshake, it's a corporate power play wrapped in spandex. And by teaming up, WWE gets instant access to AAA's insane roster, its hardcore fan base, and most importantly, its emotional equity in Mexico. It's like WWE cracked open a portal to another wrestling universe and said, nice lucha company you got there. Mind if we bring Roman Reigns? And that's when the ring got crowded, with clowns, killers, and one dude who might have actually out-wrestled Seth Rollins. So what actually happened in this crossover event? Did WWE and AAA just hold hands and do a TikTok dance? No! They unleashed 7 matches, 4 near deaths, and 1 clown with main character energy. Let's break it down. Match by match, chaos by chaos. AAA sends in 3 luchadores who look like action figures made by a kid on Red Bull. The result? A flip fest, a fireworks show, a moonsault that should have been illegal in 14 states. Octagon Jr. pins Lince Dorado, then immediately squares up with Dominic Mysterio at ringside. Because of course Dominic is ringside, existing just to get heat. And just like that, Octagon Jr. versus Dominic is on the horizon. Intercontinental title feud incoming. This wasn't just a match, this was Chad Gable's final evolution. He showed up with no gimmick, no comedy, just raw, desperate hunger, and nearly dethroned the most absurdly athletic human on Earth. Vikingo wins, but Gable leaves with something rarer than a title, the internet's respect. Meltzer gave it 4.75 stars, Reddit gave it 900 fire emojis, even Booker T on commentary sounded like he was about to cry. You know it's real when people start tweeting Gable versus Rollins now. If you've never seen Psycho Clown, imagine if Doink the Clown had a deathmatch phase and trauma to unpack. He tags in, and within 30 seconds we've got chair shots, crowd brawling, and a man in face paint threatening someone's bloodline. But the surprise? Legado del Fantasma wins! WWE's trio shows up like it's their turf now, and suddenly, Santos Escobar feels like a future world champ again. 4 guys, 0 rules. Gravity left the building. Ethan Page wins, but the real winner? Spot Monkeys. Javon Evans nearly exploded midair. Ray Phoenix reminded everyone he's not human. Laredo Kid existed solely to break the laws of motion. Not much story, just adrenaline, gifs, and endless "bro, did you see that" moments. Stephanie Vaquer and Lola Vice, tag team chemistry so tight it made the ropes jealous. AAA's Chick Tormenta and Dallas nearly broke each other's necks and the ring. Vikingo leaves with the AAA mega title and a fan base twice the size of before. Octagon Jr. gets a title shot. Chad Gable gets a legacy boost, and Psycho Clown, he gets a permanent spot in your nightmares. This wasn't an event. This was a preview of a world where AAA's chaos and WWE's polish collide. And weirdly, it works. Next question, what did the fans think? So, was it just us, or did everyone on the internet collectively short-circuit the moment Psycho Clown showed up? This wasn't one of those, decent Raw moments. This was a full-on wrestling brainwave reset, and the numbers prove it. Over 764,000 people watched Worlds Collide live on YouTube. That's more than most episodes of NXT get on television. The YouTube comment section went from "Who is that clown?" to "Never let him leave." Reddit threads blew up with titles like "Is Vikingo even real?" "Gable just had a 5-star match on a free stream?" "This is why I love wrestling and hate wrestling and love it again." Even the snarkiest corners of wrestling Twitter, yes, the place hope goes to die, couldn't deny it. WWE x AAA worked. And maybe that's the wildest part, because fans didn't just like this, they trusted it. For one night, WWE didn't feel like a corporate content farm. It felt raw, no pun intended. No overproduced lighting, no piped-in crowd noise. Just real reactions, real stakes, and moves that looked like they actually hurt. It felt like wrestling for people who miss when wrestling was weird. And based on the reaction, that's a lot of people. And if WWE's smart, this isn't the last time they'll let the lunatics run the asylum. Here's the thing about Worlds Collide. It wasn't just a spectacle. It was a soft launch for the next era of WWE storytelling. And if you weren't paying attention, you probably missed the seeds being planted. Octagon Jr. didn't just win his match, he stared down Dominic like he was about to turn his spine into churro dust. And if WWE has any sense, this becomes the feud that finally makes Dominic work for his heat. Imagine, mass AAA legacy versus second-generation heel. That's not just a match, that's WrestleMania pre-show cinema. You know WWE's booking is broken when a free YouTube crossover does more for Gable's character than 3 years of Raw. This man walked in to polite claps and walked out with 764,000 people holding their breath on every near fall. He walked out with fans fantasy booking him into a title match against Seth Rollins. Whether it's NXT Gold or a main event roster reboot, that match gave Gable the one thing he's never had, believability as a threat. He didn't get a promo, he didn't win the match, and yet he's the one character casual WWE fans won't shut up about. Don't be surprised if he shows up in a Royal Rumble, or kidnaps The Miz, or drives a flaming ambulance through a backstage segment on Raw. He's just too chaotic to waste. Look beyond the flips. This event low-key hinted at a longer-term invasion angle. AAA stars went toe-to-toe with WWE talent and didn't get squashed. Vikingo retained his title. Octagon Jr. went over clean. Legado del Fantasma looked like killers. No one was buried, no one got nerfed, and if you've watched WWE for more than 5 minutes, you know they don't let outsiders look this strong unless they're cooking something long-term. If Worlds Collide was just a one-off, cool, fun show, great vibes. But if it was WWE's way of quietly rebooting its relationship with international wrestling, then this event just became the pilot episode of something much, much bigger. And if you're not paying attention, you're gonna miss the moment Psycho Clown becomes canon. Let's be honest, most of us didn't expect much from this crossover. It was streamed for free, it was barely promoted, and half the wrestling world didn't even know what AAA was. But then something weird happened. We had fun. Not in the, oh cool, Roman retained again way. Not in the, hey, that was a solid 3.5 stars way. This was the kind of fun where a luchador moonsaults into your soul. Where a clown starts trending on wrestling Twitter. Where Chad Gable finally becomes the wrestler we all knew he could be. Where Vikingo and Gable create a classic. And Octagon Jr. stares down Dominique like it's Act 1 of a war. For one night, wrestling wasn't a boardroom project. It was unhinged, unpolished, and kind of beautiful. And if WWE is smart, this isn't the end, this is the pilot. Because Worlds Collide didn't just showcase talent, it reminded us why we fell in love with wrestling in the first place. The chaos, the heart, the masks, the meaning. And if that's not fun, then maybe we forgot what fun actually feels like.